Today, discover why 43% of local business searches now happen through AI tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Claude, and why your bar is probably invisible in these searches. Master the Google Business Profile Power Plays that generate 94% more engagement through strategic photos and 3 times a week posting, plus the structured data markup that makes you crawlable by AI answer engines. And learn the integrated SEO plus AEO strategy that bars are using to increase visibility and generate additional revenue. Hello and welcome to the Bar Business Podcast, where we help bar owners increase profits, attract loyal guests, and simplify operations so you can avoid burnout and finally enjoy your life outside of your bar. I'm your host, Chris Schneider, the Bar Business Coach. The Bar Business Podcast is brought to you by QuickSpec. And full disclosure, I'm a co-founder. We built QuickSpec to give you back your time and help you work smarter, not harder. QuickSpec connects your POS data, layers in real-world context, and gives you actionable forecasts and KPI dashboards that allow you to make data-driven decisions so you can spend less time guessing and more time on what matters. Staff smarter, order better. Stop planning for rushes that never show up or getting caught off guard by the ones that do. When you make decisions based upon real data, not guesswork, you get your time back and your team runs smoothly. Check it out at quickspec.com. That's QUIXSPEC.com. And make sure to sign up for our early access program on the homepage. So today we're diving into the world of internet marketing. And most of us are familiar with SEO, search engine optimization, how to get your business seen on Google. But we're less familiar with AEO, AI engine optimization. And the real shift that's happening right now is that search behavior has drastically changed in the last 18 months. We've gone from Googling everything to asking AI everything. Now, hopefully you've done the basics when it comes to SEO. You have your Google business profile, you're responding to reviews, you have photos up, you have phone numbers and hours listed on all these different websites that are searchable and accurate. That used to be good enough to get your bar out there. But the thing is, 43% of local searches now happen through AI, whether it's ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, Grok, whatever you're using. That's where people are getting their information now. And if I go into ChatGPT or if I go into Perplexity and I say, hey, where's the best craft cocktail bar near me? A lot of you guys would not show up. Or if I said, what's the best beer bar? You're not going to show up because you haven't layered in AEO tactics on top of your SEO. Google sees you, ChatGPT doesn't. And if you get the AEO correct, especially when those around you are either only doing SEO or maybe doing SEO poorly, you're now going to come up in way more searches, which means you're going to have increased visits and more people come in, you have more revenue. So the first thing is, right, before we get into the AEO, you have to make sure you have solid SEO. SEO is still the majority of local searches, right? It's people going to Google and saying, what bar's open near me? And to get SEO right, one of the key things, and this is something that I see a lot of people not do, is you need to get a complete business profile within Google. Complete profiles get 7 times more clicks than incomplete profiles. And within that profile, there are some certain things we want to do to optimize our Google profile. The first thing is we want 3 types of photos. You want to have something that shows your interior ambiance. You want to have something that shows your signature offerings, drinks, food, whatever. And you want to have photos with people in them. And that's where a lot of people miss. A lot of times you'll see an empty room. Empty rooms are not fun. What is fun? A vibrant bar with a lot of people enjoying themselves, where you can just tell from the photo that the room has energy. So if all you have on Google right now are pictures of an empty room and pictures of food and drinks, that's good. But add in some pictures of people enjoying your bar. Wait till you have that crazy packed Friday, Saturday night. Go around, snap some pictures, upload them. Now, we also need to do some other things when it comes to SEO as well. One of those are we need to post. And when I say post, I mean social media. If you have a blog, you can post things on a blog too on your website. But we want to make posts about 3 times a week. When we add photos into those, we're going to boost the number of requests we get for directions. And when you post and you have the photos and you have a complete Google profile, all the information on your website's accurate, you are golden. Now, the other piece that a lot of people miss here is the internet does not like it. Google does not like it, I should say, when you have different information about your bar in different areas. Change your hours? Put that on Google. Put that on Facebook. Put that on Yelp. Put that on Instagram, right? Anywhere where your hours are listed, you want to make sure they're the same because Google is going to reward information that's the same. When it's not the same, well, let's be honest, the robots get confused. They don't know when you're open, and so they're not as comfortable recommending you. And if you don't have photos, it's funny because I started with photos, I'm coming back to photos, but photos here really are key. So we need interior photos, drink and food photos, atmosphere photos. You should have at least 3 of each. Get those in. Those really help with SEO. And again, just making sure everything is properly updated across all platforms. Now that's basic. I'm assuming many of you that listen to this, because that's none of that's new stuff that I've said. I'm assuming that a lot of you guys are already doing this. So what's the real sauce that we're going to talk about today? That's layering in AEO, Answer Engine Optimization. Now, as I mentioned, 43% of local searches now happen through AI tools. And the thing is that AI is not me. It is not you. AI does not think, read, or interact with the internet like a human. Yeah, it may seem human at times, but how AI thinks, or rather, how the algorithm moves data, is not how a human thinks. And so one of the key things is AI relies on structured data markup. Now, what do I mean when I say structured data markup? Well, what I mean is using headings properly. H1, H2, H3, those are different levels of a heading within a blog or a post. AI also likes question and answers. And AI is looking for not keywords, right? Back in the days when SEO was first coming around, Google was new. Everything was about keywords, hashtags. I can list this long list of words, and it's going to read all these words, and that'll help generate the search engine. AI is not looking for that. It's looking for questions asked in natural language. It's looking for responses in natural language. And it's looking for you to say things like, we're the best happy hour in Nantucket. Or we have one of the nicest private bar spaces in downtown Austin. It's making it sound more human, but structuring it in a way where what you're putting out there to get AEO to interact is structured more like a computer. So with SEO, we were just listing things. There wasn't a lot of structure to it, and we were structuring it for the computer. Here we want to structure it, or we want to present it in a human readable format because LLMs, that's what they do. But we also want to make sure that it's structured in the proper way to get that AI to easily understand and navigate your information. Now, if you want to look up structure, you can go to schema.org. That has all the schema that the internet uses and what AI is trained on. So that's the cheat sheet right there. It's just you go to schema.org, it lays it all out for you. But the bottom line here, the thing that I really want to make sure that you guys are aware of is businesses with structured data appear almost 4 times more in AI responses. So if you have structured data and the guy down the street doesn't, you're probably going to show up 4 times as much in AI searches. Now, the inverse is also true. If your competitor has their structured AI or their structured verbiage on their website and stuff for AI, they've done their AEO, they're going to be 4 times more visible than you. And let's be honest with how often people are going to AI for answers on literally everything in life. There's some trust there. So if you're going to show up and your competitor's not, or your competitor's going to show up and you're not, where do you think people are going to go? Now, one of the biggest tricks when it comes to AI formatting and structuring everything for AI engines is you want to use a Q&A format. Q&A format increases AI retention by 127%. So if you have an about section, AI is going to look for that. Make sure you have an FAQ. What are your hours? Our hours are. But here is the absolute integration strategy between SEO and AEO. And if you take nothing away from this episode, follow this formula. I want you to put a post on your website at least once a week. Probably should do it 3 times a week. Start a blog. That blog can talk about literally anything to do with your business. And you're going to follow this template for your blog posts: question, answer, photo, call to action. Question, answer, photo, call to action. So let me give you a quick example. Looking for craft cocktails in Broad Ripple? Our mixologist features 12 rotating seasonals open tonight, 5 p.m. Put a photo and then maybe a link to make a reservation, or a link to some other information that you can give them, or a link to directions, whatever that call to action is. But question, answer, photo, call to action. And quite frankly, when you're coming up with those questions, one of the best tools for writing for AI is AI. Whether you're using Perplexity or Claude or ChatGPT, ask it to help you develop an AEO strategy. Ask it to help you to develop what you should post. Ask it to help you understand what people are asking in your area. Because Google, when we're doing SEO, we're just kind of guessing. Google doesn't tell us anything. AI, quite frankly, will tell us a lot. And if you say, hey, I'm not showing up in AI searches, when people come to you and ask for a bar around me, I don't show up. Why is that? It'll tell you. And say, okay, I need a plan to fix this. It'll tell you. So get that AEO done. Work with AI to make yourself more visible to AI so that you can generate more revenue by putting more butts in seats, because you will be found more often than your competitors. So just to wrap us up for today, we have this dual system now. We have to continue to play SEO because 60-some% of searches are still Google, but we really have to play AEO because over 40% of searches are through AI. The winner for the next 5 years is probably going to be this dual strategy. I am betting on that staying true. Now, increasingly, though, we're going to see the shift from Google not even mattering to AI being the way that everyone gathers and communicates information. So you want to set yourself up now with the tools, the processes, and the structure that is going to protect you long term. That about wraps it up for today. If you enjoyed today's insights, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a review. If you are ready to take your bar to the next level, schedule a strategy session with me by clicking the link in the show notes below. Until next time, have a great day, and we will talk again later.